Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's 8:45. I'm gonna do it, but this is gonna be the worst thing ever because this is nasty. Wait, ugh, this is gonna be rough. Oh God, that was bad. I didn't know why the hell I did that. Oh hell no, that was cold. I should have put ice in it. It would have been iced coffee. That would have been smart. I like cold coffee, but that was gross. But that's besides the point. So we're working on this code right now. The code is p1494, stored LDP pressure switch. It's not flashing. It comes up in 14 miles, so it's a big code. I mean, it's easy to fix. Actually, it was very easy to fix. So I looked it up, I Googled it, and then, I put in all the information, and it comes up as look for vacuum leaks. So I'm tracing every line. I don't see anything great, right? So I'm like, okay. So a couple things I'll show you what. I found it easy. I mean, it's underneath, of course. It's rotted away. The line is like 6 feet long, and there's no line. So I'm like, okay, here it comes down from the front, from the LP switch. There's a vacuum. There's a filter up front, and I'll show you what a filter is. I'll get a pointer and I'll show you a little bit how this works. Oh, before I show you the LP switch, look at this stuff. This is here. All the rust. Look at that. This is a whole. That came off the Jeep. This whole thing is full. I just want to show everybody that was cool. That's what I took off the bottom of this truck. And one guy tries to bust my chops saying I didn't do something else, this and that and everything. So I said, you don't know what you're talking about. In a way, he did have good suggestions, but you got to keep these things at a budget. And I didn't remove the plates from the frame when the steps were ripped. I ripped the steps. I stepped on one step and just ripped right off. I said, okay, that one's bad. So I took the other one. I said, that was all cockeyed and everything. I said, I took my temporary straps. I just laid it on and snapped that one off. I said, the hell with these. I left the brackets on there. The brackets are good. They're solid. So I left them on the frame. It can't hurt. It's just going to become a little stronger. So thanks for busting my chops. And yes, I had to block you because I don't need bad vibes on my site or my marketplace. But I did like the information that you restored it to 100%. But remember, my stuff is on the road today. It's going on the road for a test drive when I'm done with this switch. This code, it was actually very easy to fix. And it's on like that, so it should be easy to find. So it's a vacuum lead. And it's very easy. So, I mean, they're very hard to find because everybody's like, just replace switches, just replace pumps. No, look a lot. Diagnose things. If you had to, I was going to run a vacuum port. I don't have to run a vacuum port. Watch this. This is simple. So on the top here, you got here is a solenoid right here. I disconnected the line, reconnected it. I checked all the lines. So I had two lines coming from the top. So this is your service port that you'd have to pump in some air or whatever, and then you look for the leaks. Well, this was easy to find. So the line comes off the top here, goes underneath. There's two lines off of this canister here. It must be like a holding tank or a canister valve. So there's a vacuum line on the bottom here. On this bottom right on here, it's hard to see, but there's one on the top that's heavy, and then there's a long one here. Follow that lead down. That leads this way, and then it leads two heavy leads all the way down to the bottom. So I'll show you what I found. We're going up. And then I gotta text my wife. She wants me to call her, but she's gotta wait 1 second. I'm almost done. Oh. This, we don't have to work on anymore. This was for the plow setup. This is 2 solenoids and some wiring. So I'm gonna have to find out who I sold this to and give them the wiring. So that's that. That I had to do because I had to cut it out because I had to hook up the headlight switch. So here's the headlight switch, and I guess it ran the high beams, low beams, whatever. So we're gonna have to cut this off the white Jeep, run the plug on it here, and then reconnect the original wires and then clean it up and done. This right here is nothing. The punched in these leads for nothing, but these leads are gonna go to the switch. So that's going to be fixed too. And then we're just going to hook it all up. It'll look stock again. And I don't know who. Actually, I think I got that for Jerry. So I'm going to have to drop that off for Jerry. That is just two relays that he's going to need, and he's going to have to wire it in if he wants it done correctly. If he just wants to plow, just plow. To hell with the lights. I don't know what he wants to do, but I want to make sure I give it to him. So let's bring this up. Okay, so we're gonna go underneath and I'll show you what's going on. So, you flipped upside down, that was funny. So, okay, I'm gonna show you this way, but I'm gonna get a light on the subject. Okay, so, if you could see this way, coming down from the top, there's a lead right here. If you see the broken lead right here? It's rotted away. It goes on a steel line. The other line was fine. It's a heavy stainless steel line, so it must be pretty strong. And it goes all the way back. That lead goes all the way to the fuel tank. So if you follow this lead, there is no line here. It's gone. It's rusted away and rotted away. So I kept following it all the way back past the skid plate up to this section here. Let me put a light on that. So I'm looking over here, and let me get a flashlight so you can see better. So I have a flashlight, and if you notice right here, it's rotted away. Look, there's a steel line there. So I followed it down this way, and it should go up and back to the fuel tank. So that's where we're at this way. So let's go over here. So I got some light up that way. So I'm finding, I saw the one lead going there, and I'm like, where's the other lead? I don't see it. Then I found it. So right here on this side, I don't know if you could see it. It's very hard to see. I gotta drop something. Oh crap. Let me hold that between my legs. I'll bring you up. If you notice up there, I'm wiggling that line right there. Can you see this line? Where my hand is? Right here is a broken connection. So we're gonna cut this, and we're gonna run the lead all the way to the back, to the side, to the front. So you're gonna have to run like a 6-foot line, either run the vacuum line or a piece of steel line, whatever you need to do. That will fix that code, and you'll be done. So that is your code for P. Let me grab that one more time. So that's going to fix P1494, the stored LDP pressure switch, because that's off the pressure switch. And, you know, so once you run a steel line, you just reset the code and you drive it within like I think you got to go under a half a tank and all that other stuff. So if you look up at my computer, it's hard to show you, but I will show you. So if you go on here, it'll tell you everything. Get this Google clown gone. And right here, if you're noticing, it'll show you the different pieces of this switch. You got an LDP filter. That's number one. So number one, hold on a second, is this over here. And that comes off that main canister. You can see that main canister. It's not exact, but the canister is over here. Then you got an EVAP solenoid, which is over here. That's not bad. The switches are not bad. So then you have the connectors. All the connectors are good, everything else, but the vacuum ports going to the back of the vehicle are rotted away. So that's how you fix that code. Then we're gonna, run the line and then we're going to reset it, and then we're going to take it for a test drive. And it's pretty much, that's easy. But these are the hard things to fix because everybody's just looking at throwing parts at something. Why throw parts at something when it tells you the first things to diagnose is look for vacuum lines, look for broken. That's the most common thing. I couldn't find anything solid until I saw that. I'm like, oh, that was always easy. And you know, all these things rot away from the bottom. That's why I cleaned it up and I got it back to the best I can without going crazy. Now there's also a brake line in the back that should be replaced. It goes to the block and then it separates this way. So there's one small line, about that line, that short. It's a rubber line that goes to the block. Clean the block up, replace the line, and you're done. Then bleed your brakes. That's it. Then you're underneath. I think it'll be solid. I didn't take the rear brakes apart yet because there was no need to. So I didn't inspect them. And after I inspect them, I might clean them up and be done. If not, you still get a good truck. So you just have your brakes inspected, probably just adjust them. And that's it. That's all, folks. So let me call my wife back and keep on watching. I'll show you the repair and then the test drive and the reset and it's a lot of work, but not. It's a lot of looking, a lot of touching, a lot of feeling. Look at these freaking digits, man. They're a mess. So keep on watching. I'll show you next soon.